I'm going to show you how you can get Chat GPT-4 for only $5 so you don't have to pay that $20 subscription price. And if you want just AI integrated into your Obsidian, I can also show you how to do that for free using Google Gemini Pro. In order to get AI into your Obsidian, we're going to be using community plugins. In order to download a community plugin, we go down here to the bottom left, click on settings. Then we're going to go to community plugins. And then we're going to click browse. We're going to have two plugins. One is going to be like ChatGPT, where you're going to get a chat box and then you're going to ask it questions. And then the other one is going to be more for like integrated questioning inside of your actual Obsidian files. So the first one is going to be the ChatGPT like experience called CoPilot. Both of these are really simple to set up. We're going to go ahead and click install. It's going to install it, and then we're going to enable it. And then the other one that we're going to look up is called text generator. And this one we're also going to install, and then we're going to enable. Now, if we go to options, the only things that we have to really worry about is this LLM provider and then the API key. We have the model that we want to talk to, and you can switch this using a command palette. Now, the LLM provider is going to be the company that we're getting our AI system from. OpenAI Chat is going to be from OpenAI, which are the people who make ChatGPT. So if you want to use ChatGPT only, you can go with this approach. Or what I'm going to do is use Google Generative AI. And then this is going to give us access to the Gemini Pro model. You might be asking, where do I get this API key? The API key is going to be generated when you make an account. So I'll leave this link below. So depending on where you're at, it might or might not be available. But here you'll see the pricing. And if you can access it, you'll be able to access it. So it's pretty generous with the rate limit. You can see the price input is free and the price for the output is free. It also tells us that it's going to use the data to improve Gemini Pro. So in order to get the API key, we're going to click on Get API Key. It's going to take us here. If it asks you to log in, all you have to do is make an account and log in, or just log in with a Google account that you already have. You can use Gemini Pro if you want to instead of here, or you can just click on API Key, and then it's going to ask you to create a new API key and for your project, and then it will generate this API key for you. Don't share this with anybody. You don't want to be giving this out. But you could just click copy, and then you can go back here and then just paste it, and you're basically set. That's all you have to do for text generator. For CoPilot, very similar thing. So you click on default model, go to Gemini Pro, and instead of clicking on OpenAI key, you actually want to go to Google API key and paste that same API key that you had before. Make sure we have that. We're going to save and reload. Now, if we click on CoPilot Chat, it'll open up this section, and then you can, just like how you would use ChatGPT, how can I use this LLM? Create notes. And then it will generate your text for you. And this is completely free. Now, this is the CoPilot feature. Let's create a new note, pressing Control N. Let's leave the title at whatever. Let's say that you want to ask a question about what are the most popular books. So you could ask, what are the most popular books in the past 100 years? What books should I read? All you have to do is, after asking the questions, you just highlight what you want. And if it's just a single line that you write in, you just press Control J, and then it will process the question. And as you can see, it sort of cut it off right here. The reason why it cut it off is because by default, it sets the response length to 500 tokens. So if you want to increase this response, let's say we actually wanted to see the entire response, for Gemini, you can just go over here and then just increase it to like 2000 or something. Press submit. Let's actually delete this just because we want to see the full response. and then it will generate. And again, this is completely free. One of my favorite features is if we use the command palette by pressing Control P, or you could use a / command. I think if I enabled that, just type in title, and then with text generator, it will generate a title for you. Most popular books of the past century, must read classics. You can just write a list of unorganized thoughts or just notes of whatever you need to write about, and then it will name this selection for you, which is super great. This is my favorite feature. Now, I did also say that I can get you Chat GPT-4 Turbo for only $5. So this is going to be a paid way to get it. So if you want to spend the $5, you can. And it's not $5 per month. It's $5 depending on how much you use it. So it could be more or less per month depending on how much you use Chat GPT-4. So if you go to the link in the description, you'll see this pricing, and it's simple, flexible, only pay for what you use. So if you look over here, you'll see that we get access to Chat GPT-4 Turbo for 1 cent per 1,000 tokens. So a token is a grouping of letters, and a token can be like a grouping of 1 to 8 letters depending on the combination of letters. So if you ask it a really long question, it could be a few cents to ask the question. Depending on the length of the response that you get back, it could be a really expensive question. So this is the pricing. Let's go ahead and log in, and then we're going to go on API, and then you just have to make an account. Then here, we're just going to go to API keys, and it's going to ask you to input your phone number in order to get an API key. I'm not going to do that because I actually already have a different account. If we go to our API keys, you'll see that I actually have 2 different API keys, but you can just create a new API key, and it'll give you your API key that you just toss in. So we go here, say test, create secret test. It'll give you your API key here. You just copy it, go back to GPT, and then input it into your Open API key, OpenAI API key. You might be asking, how do you actually get Chat GPT-4? Now, in order to get Chat GPT-4, you actually do have to pay $5 to get access to it. Now, in order to see how that works out, go to documentation, and then we can go to rate limits. Here at the rate limits, you'll see what you get access to, which each different tier of like payment that you use. So with a free tier, you get access to Chat GPT 3.5 Turbo, text embedding, whispers, text to speech, DALL-E 2, and DALL-E 3. But when you pay the $5, you unlock tier 1, which gives you access to Chat GPT-4 and Chat GPT-4 Turbo, which is the thing that we're looking for. And then after that, increasing how much you pay just increases your rate limits, like how much you can use it. Now, in order to pay, you just go to settings, go to billing, and then you just add your payment detail, and then you can pay money. If you get the 5 credits, you still have to pay $5. This just means that it will give you an extra $5 on top of it to use with ChatGPT. But if you don't get that, you know you're gonna have to pay the $5 anyways. Once you have paid out your $5, then you will get access to ChatGPT-4 Turbo and everything else that OpenAI offers. I know I got a comment saying that you wanted to get more into properties, and I can make that video, but I just wanted to make it clear that this channel is like very specifically for game development. Obsidian, I think, is a great tool for keeping information on the games that you're developing, but this channel isn't an Obsidian channel. This is just one tool that I wanted to talk about. So if you're just looking for Obsidian videos, I probably won't make too many more of these. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Not an Obsidian channel, focusing on game development. I'll catch you guys later.